Is there a meaning to life? Find out today on The Doc Talk. Hey guys, what's up? It's Doc here at The Doc Talk, and today we're talking about the meaning of life. So before we jump right into this, I think we need to clear up a few things about the meaning of life. The question, is there a meaning to life, is kind of vague and kind of incorrect in a way. Basically what I mean is that if someone asks you, is there a meaning to life, you can basically just say, yeah, the meaning to life is to reproduce. The meaning of life is to survive. Basically it's saying to define what life is, you can say that life and then you can point to a rabbit and say that is life. So asking if there's a meaning to life is kind of incorrect. What you really are asking is there a purpose to life, or more accurately, I like to say, is why do we exist? So the question we're going to try and answer today is why do we exist? So people have wanted this for forever. You know, they think, well, I'm going through all this stuff. I live for a certain amount of years. Well, why am I doing it all? Is there a purpose? Is there a reason? Why do I exist? Humans love to try and answer the question why. Why? But the thing is that sometimes why questions can never be answered. Like, you can ask, why is the sky blue? And you can answer that because of lots of scientific reasons that I don't actually know. But if you go into why do we exist, you get into some sort of opinionated facts, I guess you could say. It's not a fact because you can have multiple opinions on it, but it still is an opinion, but lots of them are scientifically backed. So I'm just going to talk about the one that I feel. Why do we exist? I'm going to be honest with you. I do not think that there is a reason that we exist. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple reasons for that. One, why would there be a purpose to life if there's not really a purpose to anything else? What is the purpose of, say, a light bulb? It's to give you light, right? What is the purpose of this video? To tell you what the meaning of life is. What is the purpose of water? It's so that you can drink it and stay alive. Well, when you ask what is the purpose of life, you're asking what is the purpose of your existence. And to be honest, the purpose of your existence is A, indeterminate, and B, it doesn't matter. There is the question, the all unknown question, what is the meaning of life, does not matter. Because what happens if you know the meaning of life? What happens if you know why you exist? What happens? It doesn't matter. The question, why do we exist, is meant to never be answered. And the reason for that is because it gives humans a reason to strive for. If you think about it, what would humans do if they had nothing to do? If you can look at it from a government standpoint, and you can say that, well, when people have nothing to do, they become lazy, they don't get jobs, they are not a productive member of society, and then they go on welfare, and then they take money. So that's bad. So questions like this have been invented. I wouldn't say that they have been invented. I would say that they have just kind of happened on accident. So questions like, why do we exist? Do aliens exist? Are there alternate dimensions? Things that we will never, almost 99.99999% sure that we will never find out. They're there so that we have something to search for, that we have something to look for, you know? Because can you imagine if there was no mystery to life? Like, if you woke up and you knew everything, life would be boring, life would have no meaning, and answering the question to life. This is the ultimate thing I'm trying to get at. Answering the question, why do we exist, would create the answer to why do we exist completely null and void. Because if you know why you exist, then you cannot do what you existed to do, if that makes sense. I'll word it another way. If you know why you exist in this world, if you know your exact purpose and you go in knowing exactly what you have to do, if you know everything that you're going to do in the future, you know everything that you're supposed to do in the next 70 years, you know the day you're going to die, well, what do you do? I mean, what does that give you? That gives you, you know what you need to do. And then what? It's not, then it no longer becomes life. So answering the question, why do we exist, equals no more living, if that makes sense. And not no more living in the fact that you will die, but no more living as in life will no longer become life as we know it. So it's a very deep and abstract thought to try and answer the question the way I'm thinking of it. But that's just the way I like to think of it. I don't want to think about, will we exist to reproduce? Will we exist to drink water? We exist to survive. We exist to create wars. We exist to worship God. We exist to create science. I don't like doing that because the thing is that when you say we as a human race exist to do something, it's very different because if you think about it, there are people that don't reproduce, and then if the reason that they exist is to reproduce, well, then they technically don't exist, because if they're not completing the reason that they exist, then they don't exist, correct? Well, those people are still alive, right? Think about that. If your logic is that people exist to reproduce, well, what happens if they don't reproduce? My aunt has no children. If she dies and she has not reproduced, did she technically not exist by that definition? So again, that right there is an example. If you knew the reason, if the reason was to reproduce, if the reason to life was to reproduce, then if you did not reproduce, then you would technically not exist. So if there is no reason to life, then all life can exist. That is the Doc Talk today, guys. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys disagree, if you guys agree, let me know what you guys thought. Kick the can to subscribe. Tell me what you guys want to talk about in the next Doc Talk. I'm open to suggestions. I will talk to you guys later. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, do anything you want to do. And again, see you guys later.